Hey everyone, it's Becky. I just have my design team project for Craftsupplies1 for the month of June that I want to show you. It is a altered hot air balloon. Um, I just wanted to, before I go over what I did, I want to remind you that the contest is only, that Craftsupplies1 is having is only a couple more days, so it's till June 17th at midnight, and you can make as many purchases as you want, and they have to be a minimum of at least $20. So the more purchases you do, the more entries you'll gain. So and then also if you make a purchase of at least $20, and that's excluding shipping, and put my name in the comment section of the purchase, like on the purchase page before you submit your order. If you don't put my name or a design team member's name, it won't be entered into the contest. So make sure that you put my name in the comments box. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over this. I'm going to cover the camera up, and hopefully it works, because this is like the second time I had to redo my video. I did it last night and I uploaded it, and then I couldn't, like, everything was so little, like my frames. So I'm going to redo it and hopefully it works. I have my camera like the long ways right now because it doesn't all fit in, you know, when you have the camera the regular way. So hopefully it works. So I'm going to go ahead and cover you up, and then I'll get up to a level hopefully you guys can see. So just one second. Okay. It's not gonna flip. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I think I figured out how to do it to get it to flip. So, sorry. My last of the, I have to kind of split it up, I guess. So here on the top, I did, you know, a regular balloon. I blew it up, and I did newspaper with diluted Elmer's glue, and I just put strips of newspaper, you know, around the balloon. Did like 4 layers of that, and then I let it dry for 48 hours, and then I popped the balloon in it. I cut a little bit of the bottom off here. Sorry, I have to hold my camera, so hopefully I don't make you guys sick. So I cut a little bit of the bottom, you know, to make it look more like a hot air balloon. And so hopefully it looks like that to you guys. Here at the top, I did crumpled up paper, and this is the Prima Craftsman paper. And I had a whole bunch left over from when I did my husband's scar box. So as you can see, I just wet it. I like ripped up strips of it, and then I wet it, and then I crumpled it, and I heat set it a little bit to where it was just a little bit damp, and then I crumpled it into these little, actually ripped them in half again, and then crumpled them, put them on here, glued them on here with hot glue, and then I heat set it again, so to make them kind of stay and kind of make them harder. So that's what I did. Before I actually did the, before I did the paper though, I took some jewelry wire and I kind of outlined it. So I took one wire and I started on the other side, and then I brought it down and around. As you can kind of see down here, there's jewelry wire. And I just kind of did it, you know, over and over to get these sections, and then I did the paper. I gessoed it. I did 2 layers of gesso, and then I put the paper, so you guys can see that. And then up here I put this ribbon, and this is some like navy blue, and it's like a satin ribbon, and I got that from Hobby Lobby. It's the His and Hers brand. It's actually the ribbon I used in my wedding. I had some left over, so I used that. just to kind of, you know, without it, it kind of looked funny when it would go from one paper to the other. So I just twirled it and I glued it from top to bottom. And then I just kind of glued it here and there to keep it, to hold in place, but it still kind of moves a little bit. Up on top, I did flowers from Craftsupplies1. There's the cream colored one, and this is the 3/4 of an inch, and then there's a 1/2 inch blue two-tone flower. And then I have some of these acrylic sprays, and I'll show you a better view of those in just a second because I have them on the bottom. And then I took the jewelry wire. There's an eyelet in there, and that's what this lace is coming out of. So from the eyelet, and it's a Tim Holtz eyelet, I just took this jewelry wire and wrapped it around the eyelet and then did little twirlies, and I did 2 of those. So that's what I did on top. I'm sorry you can't see it very well. And then here on the bottom, I'm trying to move slow. I'm a little shaky. I'm not used to holding the camera. Here on the bottom, this lace is from Gisella's shop, Lavish Laces. And I just took some half-back pearls. I kind of struggled to find, you know, the perfect lace for this, but when I stuck that one on there, it kind of fits, so I just left it. And the half flowers, you know, all the way around, and I just stuck a half-back pearl in them. And then I went over everything after it was done and gessoed it with a paint dauber. So that's what kind of you can see on the little half-back pearls. Here on the bottom, I went over the whole balloon with the gesso, and then I kind of had a hard time with the bottom. I actually got this idea for the hot air balloon from a pin on Pinterest, and it's by Heidi Kelly. She did a balloon just like this one, but hers looks a little bit better, in my opinion. So I was trying to copy it, but I couldn't figure out how she did the bottom, and it looked like she used material, but I couldn't figure out what kind. And I don't have like a lot of material, so I was trying all this different stuff. I tried burlap, I tried just paper, and it didn't look right. So I ended up just taking it off, and then I did some texture paint, and I used this Cape Cod blue, and then I just put a whole bunch of white paint in with it, and then some sand, and I just kind of went down like where the jewelry wire is, and tried to do it, you know, on this design of this, how this string is, the V or the X, you know, and then I went back over it with the gesso because it was still a little too blue. So that's what I did there. And then I still didn't like it. I ended up putting the stencils down because Heidi Kelly's balloon had the stencils with the modeling paste. So she uses a clock one, and I'm not sure what other one she uses. So I did the chicken wire and then the clock, and I did the script and the clock and just kind of different ones. There's another script and a clock, and then the chicken wire, and then a clock again. So that's what I did on that. Actually dyed my modeling paste with Sailboat Blue alcohol ink and Denim Blue alcohol ink. So, you know, the different stencils, I used the different colors, and then that was too blue, so when it was all too blue, I just kind of went back over it with gesso here and there, and so that's where you can kind of see a lot of the blue poking out. And then I decided to go over it with some sprays, and the first one I went over it with was this Frosted Forget-Me-Nots, and that one turned out really good. But I decided I needed, you know, a different color besides blue, so I tried this marigold yellow orange, and so that's what you can kind of see right here through there. And then it's got kind of like a gold tint to it, or, you know, so I just sprayed some of this creme brulee cream on it, and that really made it look really pretty. And then kind of like right through here, and right here, I'm trying to think where, just here and there, I used this, I dripped this, let's see if I can get it to focus, Afternoon Delight Denim, and that came out really, really blue, so I just kind of dabbed it with, you know, the dauber with just some gesso, and so it turned out really good like that. So I just left it. I used this string, and this is just that crochet thread, and it's gold, and that kind of fits, so I just kind of took it, I started at one eyelet, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, there's eyelets underneath, like where every one of these dark blue ribbons ends, there's an eyelet at the bottom, and my original idea was to hang charms off of it, but it didn't work out that way, so I ended up putting, you know, the lace, and then I decided that's how I was gonna, she has her thread or her string kind of the same similar way as I do, so that's what I still kept the eyelets for. So then, you know, I just tied it on one eyelet, and then I just kind of went in a pattern all the way around, and then I started again, and I would bring it down into these eyelets and, you know, make it crisscross over the other one that I first did, if that makes sense. And then I tied these strings off of it, and this is what holds my basket. And then, you know, I told you there's eyelets down here, and then I just kind of crisscross the thread there, and then I have charms hanging off these eyelets down here. And I don't think Heidi Kelly's balloon has it like this, but I decided to do it like this because I liked it. So this is, let me see if I can get in closer. Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys sick. This is a Prima domino, and it says love, and then this is a little passport charm from Craftsupplies1, and then this is a, oh sorry, bright light. It's an altered, let's see if I can get it to move without that. It says altered, and it's one of those philosophy tags. I don't know if it, maybe I have it backwards. Yeah, I do. There we go. And then I just have little crystal things hanging off of it, and a little like crystal bead right there. And then I have these baubles, and it's like a light blue, and that's from Craftsupplies1, and this is like one of those gear things in the junkyard findings from Prima. And so I just did like 4 of them and hung them. And then on the other, there's 8 total eyelets on the bottom. So on the other 4, I just tied the string down to the basket. Let's see, just one second. I'm kind of on a chair, so I'm going to get down and then I'll show you my basket. Okay, so here's the basket. This is like a rosette flower that Christina made me, and she sent in her swab. Thank you, Christina. And then this basket's one I got from Hobby Lobby, and I did the same thing as I did on the bottom of the balloon with the gesso and the texture paint and the sprays. I did all the same thing to get the basket to look like this. And then with the strings, I used jump rings, like the biggest ones I had, and I just poked a little hole in and thread them through. So that's what my basket's hanging with. I think Heidi Kelly's has like a little boat with a bird and stuff. So I still use the bird. I put cheesecloth down, and I actually sprayed it with the same sprays. Except for the dark blue one. I didn't spray it with that. And then there's a bird from Hobby Lobby, and I used one like this on my bird cage, and then the same nest as my bird cage. I got a couple of nests when I did that. So, and then inside the cage I put some gauze, And then I put some pearl strands from Craftsupplies1. And this is one of the new metal filigrees that Craftsupplies1 has. And this one looks like a butterfly, so I put a pearl strand down the middle of it. And then over here, I put some more pearl strands. And then this is actually a cream colored rose, and I just sprayed it with that marigold yellow orange. And then that's the blue two-tone flower that I have on top. And then this is that wine colored. And these are dipped in latex, and then I just kind of went over everything with gesso. But these are really pretty, I like these. And then that's a little white one, that's a little half-inch one. So, I think I'm going to stop my video and then I'll come back, because I can only download so many minutes to YouTube, so I'll be right back. Hey everyone, it's Becky. I just have my design team project for Craftsupplies1 for the month of June that I want to show you. It is a altered hot air balloon. I just wanted to, before I go over what I did, I want to remind you that the contest is only, that Craftsupplies1 is having is only a couple more days, so it's till June 17th at midnight, and you can make as many purchases as you want, and they have to be a minimum of at least $20, so the more purchases you do, the more entries you'll gain. So and then also, if you make a purchase of at least $20, and that's excluding shipping, and put my name in the comment section of the purchase, like on the purchase page before you submit your order. If you don't put my name or a design team member's name, it won't be entered into the contest. So make sure that you put my name in the comments box. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over this. I'm going to cover the camera up, and hopefully it works, because this is like the second time I had to redo my video. I did it last night and I uploaded it, and then I couldn't, like, everything was so little, like my frame. So I'm going to redo it and hopefully it works. I have my camera like the long ways right now because it doesn't all fit in. You know, when you have the camera the regular way, so hopefully it works. So I'm going to go ahead and cover you up, and then I'll get up to a level hopefully you guys can see. So just one second. Okay. It's not going to flip. Hold on.